So today I am back with another dream story. I started off the dream, I was in Germany. In some town. I don't remember what town it was. And I'm walking along and it just starts pouring and pouring with rain. Like really, really heavy rain. And people just start running inside. It was almost like people were terrified of the rain. Like people were really just legging it inside really, really fast. And they go inside the shops. And I remember I looked at this one shop and everything that was in the store window was wine bottles. Like all these different kinds of wine, and it was literally just a wine store. And I went inside there with the other people when they were running inside, and I stood in there for a moment, and I remember they were talking and saying how it's raining so badly out there, we can't go back outside. They were almost talking about it like it was some kind of big disaster. And I was just kind of like, what the hell, it's just rain, it's not going to hurt you. So I went back outside, and I was in the rain, and I kind of liked it because I do enjoy being out in heavy rain. I don't enjoy coming back inside afterwards because then I'm soaking wet, but I do enjoy being out in the heavy rain. And so I'm just walking through this rain, and it feels really good. It feels really realistic, like real life rain. This was a very, very vivid and clear dream. One of the most vivid ones I've had recently. And so I'm just walking through the rain, kind of strolling through it, enjoying it. And I noticed that there are still some people outside, mostly people who have umbrellas and stuff. But then I see the square up ahead. And in the square, there are lots of people who don't have umbrellas. They're all dressed in black, and they seem to be in little groups. So I go up to see what they are doing and who they are. I go up there and I ask someone what's going on, and they say, oh, it's the protests. And immediately in my head, I make this connection between the yellow vest protests in France and this, and I get the idea that it's basically sort of the same thing, but in Germany, except all these people are wearing black. And so I'm standing there, and then they start forming these orderly lines, and it's something about the protest is about to happen, something big is about to happen, they're starting to do something. And I think that they're worried that riot police is going to come and break it up and so on. And I'm just kind of watching this. I'm kind of interested in what's happening. I'm wondering whether I need to get out of there, if there's going to be some kind of big clash between the protesters and the police or whatever. And at that point, I get tapped on the shoulder. I turn around and it is Tony Soprano from the Sopranos. And he's standing there and he's like, hey, you, I'm glad I could find you here. And obviously he didn't say it like that, but I can't for the life of me do Tony Soprano's voice, so I'm not even going to attempt it. He said that he'd been looking for me everywhere, and now he'd found me, and he had a job for me. He had something that he wanted me to help him with, and I asked him more about that, and it felt like I was chatting with an old friend that I'd known for 20 years kind of thing. And I'm chatting with him about this, and he says that basically he wanted me to retrieve something from a cave. And he said that the only problem with the cave is that there is a dragon in there, and you might have to kill the dragon first before you can get the thing. I don't remember what the thing was. It was a gem or something like that, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. And so he's like, so you're going to have to go to this cave, you're going to have to find where the dragon is first, then you're going to have to slay the dragon, and then you're going to get the thing. And then that's pretty much the mission over. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. This didn't seem to bother me at the time, and then that was around the point where I started gaining some lucidity. I started realising, hey, wait, I'm kind of in control of this. Oh, I'm maybe in a dream. And I figured, hey, why don't I use that? I don't really want to go exploring this cave in my dream because I know that dreams like to go off on tangents. They like to go in different directions. And so if I go into that cave, I'm probably never going to find that dragon because it's just going to take me somewhere completely different. And I wanted to find that dragon and I wanted to slay that dragon. So I kind of fast forwarded. That's a new power that I've learned for lucid dreaming, to basically fast forward. So if I have some bit of story, or some kind of traveling between locations or something like that. Basically what I do is I kind of, in my head, imagine a very rapidly played out version of those series of events, and then place myself at the end destination, and then I will be there, and those events have happened, and so this allows me to continue on a longer story in the dream. So I did that, and I kind of went a bit too far. I basically must have fast forwarded to where I'd slayed the dragon, because I just remember like some brief memories of slaying the dragon, but it was just very, very brief. So I think it was in the part where I was like fast forwarding. So I did that. I slayed the dragon, I got the gem or whatever it was, and then I was like, okay, I need to take this back to Tony. But then I went into another dream, and I don't really remember much of that dream. So yeah, that is the end of that story. Not the craziest dream, but it was kind of fun to me, and the Tony Soprano bit surprised me as well. I do like the show The Sopranos, but it just kind of, it got me off guard when like I turn around and I just see Tony Soprano there, like, hey. Especially because I feel like that's not something that happens to me that much. I don't tend to have many dreams featuring like celebrities or well-known people like that. And when I do, they tend to not be very lifelike. They tend to not look that much like the real celebrity. But in this case, this definitely did look like the actor James, who plays Tony Soprano. And also the fast forwarding thing was kind of cool for me, because I've done it a lot for like travel and stuff. I haven't done it as much for like skipping that much of like the story. And also I like the dream because I personally found a lot of symbolism in it. I'm curious like if you guys notice any interesting symbolism in there as well, but there is a lot of symbolism in there for me, and like correlated with things going on in my life right now and things going on in my mind right now. The dream made a lot of sense when I went back and analysed it. Not quite sure what the significance of Tony Soprano was. That kind of didn't fit in with my analysis, but whatever, I'll take it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little quick story. If you want me to make more dream stories, whether they be regular dreams or lucid dreams, let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to learn to lucid dream for yourself and learn to have more vivid dreams and easily recall them and control those dreams once you do get lucid, check out my advanced lucidity course. There should be a link in the top right hand corner, but there's also one in the description down below. Before you leave, make sure that you're subscribed and enable notifications, more importantly, because YouTube is very bad at showing you videos from people you're subscribed to if you don't have notifications enabled. Then if you want to support the channel, you can check out my Patreon page. And if you want to keep watching, pick one of the videos on screen, go watch that, and I will see you soon. Take care. See you soon.